Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly sponsored by D3 Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop role-playing game where you play as monster girls, experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released Daughters of Lamb. Oh, excuse me for a moment. There we go. Daughters of Lamb. This is a pay what you want tabletop RPG, where you play as cybernetic nuns with guns, looking for the missing pieces of their AI god. You will find it in their website. The link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This channel is also proudly sponsored by the Red Room Publishing. Please check out their store for exclusive tabletop RPG products and check out their Micro Red category. They are ready to play tabletop RPGs with their own settings and a streamlined version of the Red system, perfect for pick up and play. You will find it in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Today, I am continuing the review series featuring 5e RPG Steampunk Adventures. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this sourcebook for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, that is not only steampunk, it is actually tech punk. It handles various types of technology. Please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the elves of the setting, also known as the Savaspaha. In the beginning there was but a vast dark ocean, the embodiment of noun, in which darkness and emptiness dwelled since time immemorial, formed from the ocean and darkness. The breath of life known as Ensof emerged. Too weak to create life on its own, this breath created CN. CN brought life to Wellstar through a solar boat known as the Solar Boat of 1,000 Nights, in his beetle form as Khepri. CN rises and sets the sun, rolling it into life each dawn. Savaspaha is the name of the elven fleet that is anchored over the Mehenret Desert. Their flying ships patrol the world, keeping it safe from flying monsters and grounding societies that dare to use technology to ascend to the skies. The elves in this setting are not like other elves. Concerning the native species, you have the Vadmezvet, which are similar to half-elves. They are quite versatile in terms of skills, but they are not as close to the Fey archetype. But in the case of the other, um, you would rather say race of the elves, the Nethervat, they are a bit closer to your typical fantasy setting elf, with the ability to go into trance, the Fey ancestry trait that gives them an advantage on saving throws against being charmed. But there are also, you could say, sub-races of the Nethervat. You have the Apshai. The Apshai are a humanoid species, which is the magical union of elves and insects. The Apshai appear as elf-like humanoids with enormous antennae and small insect-like wings on their back. They can use their antennae to grapple, and they can glide with their wings, but not fly. Unlike the Elkara. The Elkara have hair and eye colors that tend to change to adapt to the land around them. Sky elves have hair and eye colors that match the red of a dawn sky, the gold of a noon sun, or the blue of the clear sky. Now, when it comes to flight, they are capable of it, using the same technology that powers their ships. They have these wing-like protrusions that allow flight. And then you have the Capri. Oh, by the way, in the case of the Alcara, they also have this very strong connection to the apparatus that allows them to fly. They have some added bonuses. It works a bit like an attuned item. They have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. Now, moving back to the Capri. These are very interesting because if Elkara are the original people and the Apshai are the chosen of Apshai, then surely the Capri are the chosen of CN. Although the Capri appear as Elkarans with an Serek Vas gemstone embedded in their forehead, known as an Aten, they are much more than they seem. They can actually change their form. An insect-like shape with various arms, which are the ones that you see on screen. Now let's talk about the culture of these Elvish species and races. When it comes to religion, they have a rich pantheon of deities, but only 4 of them are specifically venerated by the elves in general. These deities have prominence in their navy, with each affiliated with a particular Aiden. You have the Apshai, the entity known as the Plague Bringer, the Plague Bringer. You have the Cien, associated with the sun. You have the Feta, which appears as a man with green skin, combined with the powers of the scepter that represent power, life, and stability. And you have Sutek, a representation of the Dark Lord from the Great War. Concerning the social hierarchy, of course, there is a chain of command to be respected. You have various backgrounds to represent this, such as the Aiden, commanders of the 4 units of the Mekri Navy, and the Verdiva, which are fielded in battle along the Va and as such inspire fierce loyalty amongst the troops. You also have the Va, previously mentioned. They are the rank and file of the Mekri fleet. They constitute entirely the army, almost all of it. And they still consider themselves above the groundlings known as the Sato. Concerning technology, they have beautiful armor, as you can see on screen, with gold decorations, but still quite practical for combat. They also have the engines powered by the sun. You have various vehicles and materials. Many of them take inspiration from insects. And this concludes this part of the review series. In the next part, we are going to talk about the Gnomish culture. These elves are, I would say, some of the more original takes on fantasy elves. And their names are a bit difficult to pronounce because of that. They obviously take Egyptian words and have been modified for the setting. But I find the technology and their armor very interesting. It's like Egyptian elves, but they also feel quite fairy-like because of the wings and the insect-like characteristics. I like them. Thank you for watching this part of the review series. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the Super Thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you and see you later.